Hello everyone and welcome back to EDPC Reviews. Today we're taking a look at the final installment in one of the most beloved video game franchises and one of my favorites, Hitman 3. Let's go. So as you can see, I dressed up for the occasion, a model after your favorite bald assassin, and today I'm going to be reviewing Hitman 3. Now, off the bat, I love the Hitman games. I've only played the World of Assassination trilogy, so starting with Hitman 2016, Hitman 2, Hitman 3. So I'm not sure how much of a true fan of the whole franchise I am, but I can say fairly that I love those three games. So it was pretty much no surprise to me that I would like Hitman 3. And I mean, it's a great game. I think that there's a general consensus on that, but I think I love it more than most. I've been really attached to this World of Assassination trilogy. I've been returning to the games ever since the debut in 2016. So for 5 years now, I've been returning to the games, loving the maps, putting all my investment into those games, and they're really some of my favorite. They're amazing. Now I have to say that when Hitman 2 came out, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great. I probably, if you had asked me at the time I played each of both 1 and 2, I probably would have said that they both get 10 out of 10s. I might lower that going back to them now, but I can say that when I played Hitman 2, anytime I returned back to the original Hitman 2016, it felt outdated. The gameplay felt pretty unplayable compared to Hitman 2, where they improved on a lot of the weaker aspects of the first one. And they've done that again in this one, Hitman 3. So I feel like if I ever want to return to Hitman 2, I feel like it'll be pretty difficult for me to get used to. Now, first off, gameplay. It plays the same as the previous two Hitman games. So if you're not a fan of the Hitman gameplay style, then I would probably assume that you will not like this game. But I love the gameplay style, and I can say that it is even better. They've added more features that actually make the games more difficult, but also add an extra layer of fun to it. So you have a camera now, which a lot of people have addressed. You see door codes for the first time. They have fused cells. You'll see if you play. And all these features make for even more fun in a game that was already really great gameplay. IOI chooses to continue to innovate and not just stick with the formula that did work. It was a great formula, but they've implemented so many better features. Now, I was lucky enough to get my hands on a PS5 at the end of last year, towards the end of last year, and I can say that it is an amazing experience to be able to play it on PS5. Not only are the graphics great, and the visuals, the eye-popping moments that they want you to feel, like skydiving out of a plane into Dubai on the first tower, it's the first map of the game, and on top of the tallest building in the world, it's just stellar. It looks amazing. On top of that, the extra features that the controller provides for the PS5, so the haptic feedback, which if you don't know what it is, I would encourage you to do some research on it. But basically, the main thing that I noticed, and that most people will notice, it's actually pretty hard to adjust, but I think I got the hang of it now, is that when you press down to shoot or throw objects, the controller provides resistance, and it's actually incredible. It makes it so much more, you're investing so much more into it. The assassinations are more difficult, so you have to put more thought and preparation into them, and it really makes you consider if that's the best option. And then another thing that really stood out this time, the World of Assassination trilogy, starting with Hitman 2016, Hitman 2, and now Hitman 3, they do have a connecting narrative, but both 1 and 2 don't focus on it as much. So I really like, when I'm watching movies, when I'm playing games, the main thing I would say I focus on is the story, the script, the plot. And Hitman 1 and 2 have a good enough one that it didn't turn me off, but I can't say that I was super invested at any given time. I knew the names of the characters, I knew the Shadow organization, the Shadow client, Providence, and I can say that Hitman 1 and Hitman 2, they do have the narrative, it is there, and it is pretty present. It just is not have that much of a focus on it. So, and by example, in Hitman 1 or 2, you're assassinating targets that are supposed to be a part of this larger narrative, but they really don't feel like it. In Hitman 3, that is definitely changed. They want you to know that each assassination you do is truly truly has a major effect on the plot, and the story is so much bigger this time. It's so much more important. There's sections of the game that have missions. There's a mission in the game where you don't even have set targets to assassinate. You have to assassinate a number, I don't want to tell you, but a number of ICA agents in order to progress, and you don't know their identity. You have to discover them, find them out, and then take them out, and it fits in line with the story. So there aren't set targets, and that's a really interesting idea. And then on top of that, most of the missions in the game have objectives that you have to complete along with killing the targets. It really is great because all the games have incorporated that before, but this time the stakes feel so much higher. It feels like these things really matter more, and they have a basis in the plot rather than just being there for extra objectives to complete. The maps are stellar, and if I had to rank them, I would say they're probably all in the top, the upper echelon of the maps that have been released in the World of Assassination trilogy. Some of the scripted stuff that happens in the missions themselves are unexpected and thrilling. It is truly, truly a great game. In conclusion, IOI has only gotten more creative and innovative with missions, maps, characters, and story in the final installment, and they have truly perfected gaming, I would say. I think that it is a perfect game in my eyes, a 10 out of 10, and this game is amazing. I hope to continue to play it, and I would say if you haven't played the first two, please play them. I would say get them. I think they're on sale, but I would say get them and play them in Hitman 3, so you get to play in the newest update, the most updated version. So all of the features that you play on in Hitman 3, like camera and stuff like that, foliage they introduced in Hitman 2, it's now all incorporated on the previous map. So IOI really outdid themselves. They didn't have to do that, but of course they did. So please do that. If you have played those games, no brainer, play Hitman 3. And maybe if you don't want to play 1 and 2, maybe just play 3, get a little recap of the story. But Hitman 3 is a great game. IOI is probably my favorite developer out there just because of how amazing the World of Assassination trilogy has been. And of course, one of my favorite movie franchises, James Bond. They are making a video game, Project 007, from IOI for James Bond. My mind is blown. I am ridiculously excited for this game. You should get excited too, because it lends itself, the franchise and the character of Bond lend themselves so well to IOI's style of game. So I am very, very, very excited for Project 007. It'll probably be a few years, and I am sad to see 47 go. I have a feeling we won't be seeing him for a while, but when he does return, it'll be glorious, and I will be able to return to these World of Assassination trilogy games for the time being, both between Project 007 and the wait for the next Hitman game. So that's Hitman 3. I love the game. Do you love me looking like Agent 47, or is it really creepy? Let me know down in the comments below if you want me to keep the bald cap on for every video from now on. I'm strongly considering it. And please play Hitman 3 if it's your kind of game. I loved it. You might love it too. Maybe watch someone play it. You don't really get the same feeling, but it's great. And I will see you in the next EDPC review. See you later.